Welcome to this second part of the course, in which I'm going to talk to you about sediment hazards. So the first part was more like an introduction with different type of hazards, and because in Japan sediment hazards are predominant, and if you can look behind me in the garden, it's not very clear actually, but you can hear it. I think it's raining like crazy today, so we have a very strong rainfall set of events for the coming days. So that's going to trigger eventually debris flow or mass movement, other type of mass movement in the mountain. So those are very important events, especially for people who are like you guys in Kaiji Kagakubu, so in a research field which is related to the sea. Because what happens on land is not like Las Vegas doesn't stay on land. It also goes down straight to the sea, especially in a country like Japan, where the coastal plain is very short. So what happens in the mountain goes very quickly into the sea. And you might remember in 2017, where we have the Asakura Owame event, so the heavy rainfall in Asakura, a lot of trees, drifted woods that you call in Japanese ryuboku, was triggered on the slope, went down into the river, and created havoc, a lot of damages done at the sea. So a lot of the farms that were in the bay were impacted. When I say farm, they are like farm at seas, like for different type of seashells, seaweeds that you have in the Ariake Sea. So what happened in the mountain was very important for the economy on the coastal area and the coastal sea. So that's one of the reasons. The other reason is like when those events become much larger, let's say you have the mountain that slide into the sea, those create also tsunami, and those tsunami can then create damages in wider areas. There are very different examples that exist. The latest might be in Indonesia with Anak Krakatau just a couple of years ago when that happened. And in Japan, another famous example is in the Shimabara Hanto, in Kyushu Island, where you have Unzen volcano. And Unzen volcano has a lot of smaller structures. So it's one main volcano with smaller mounds. And one of them, which is called the Mayuyama, in the 18th century, did slide. So half of the mountain slided into the sea, and that created a huge tsunami that took the life of about 30,000 people, which at that time is already a huge number of people. So you can see that how those different things are connected. If you're interested only in the sea, actually to understand what happens in the coast, to understand the dynamic of sediment transfer and hazards at sea, you need to understand also what's happening to the land and how the land communicates, is connected to the sea. So we're going to look at those different elements during this second part here, and this is much closer to the research that I do now at Kobe University.